Hey there. Uh, it's a great morning today, and I'm just coming back here after my morning walk with my two little puppies. Um, great. Now my two little puppies are resting down below, so I just thought I could do a small live video with you guys. Here's what I found when I went for my morning walk. This. This was discarded. So, what does it mean? Being discarded is something that I found really drastic. Why? Because it was lying on the road. It was not in a bin. It was not in the garbage tank. It was on the road, alongside a few other garbage materials discarded on the road. And for me, it was shocking. How many of you have seen this in your life? We have seen it every single day. Every single day, we keep using this pen. So this pen is completely plastic. Completely. Every single bit of it is plastic. And because it's over and done with, somebody has thrown it on the road. That's what happens to the majority of pens like this. We've gone through pens all our lives. We've gone through it. Maybe we're 20 years old right now. Maybe we're 30. Maybe we're even 50, 55 years old. How many of us have used this pen before? Not this pen particularly, this brand of pen, but how many of you have used plastic pen before? And how many of us have discarded our pens after use? Me, I am guilty of it. I have used so many pens during my examination days. I go back to my board exam days when I keep using a lot of pens every single day. I used to take a different pen. I used to pray in front of God and take a different pen to the board exams. And I think during that time alone, I'd have discarded over 10 to 12 pens. I'm not trying to be a savior here for the world. I'm trying to lead a life where I'm aware of what I'm doing to the environment, and in that regard, if I can do something to save the world for the future, and to leave behind a world where there is still sparrows, there's still bees, and there's still butterflies for the future generation to see, I'll be very happy with it. I want you to reply in the comments below. How many of these pens would you have used through your lifetime? Just reply in the comments below. I'd love to know, because here's something that I started to see as a pattern. As human beings, we are innately concerned about the environment, but because of stuff like this, what happens is it becomes convenient for us to use this. If I go back to the times when I was little, I used to see around me all kinds of ink pens, but after industrialization, there's so many things that happened. The world grew quicker, faster. Because of a lot of these reasons, we started migrating to single-use pens. And these single-use pens, just because it's 5 rupees or 10 rupees, we started to think that it's easy for us to shift, because it's just 5 rupees and 10 rupees and you can just throw it away. What became as a price war? The earlier ink pens was costly, maybe around 40-50 rupees, I don't know, but I'm saying. And this pen was 5 rupees to 10 rupees. So what happened was this pricing point, this pricing war that led us to think in our head that it's better to buy this than that. But we bought this once, and we bought this over 100 times, and then we throw it just nonchalantly, because it's a matter of convenience. I use it for once. After it loses its value, it's garbage, it's trash, I throw it. We've been all guilty of this. I've been looking at this as a pattern when I started Plansil. I've always been looking at the pen as a particularly difficult industry, because there's so many pens like this. But I wanted to do something where I can reduce the amount of plastic in the pen that I'm using. So from here, we went to something like this. This is cork, but these are plastic. It's not the best, but when I started off like this. Cork and plastic around. So I was trying to do what I could do with all the pen plastic elements in this pen, and I thought, why not I replace portion by portion? So I started with this, and then I landed up with this, where I took out the body and put cork material over it, and then I had the other plastic elements there. Not great, but on my pathway to some research and development around what I could do better with the pens. And then after this, I started doing sort of this, where the complete body is recycled cardboard, and then you have this tiny little element which is plastic, and then you have a cap which is also made out of recycled cardboard, but the top end of that is also plastic. Not great again, but an improvement over this, because this had a lot of plastic elements and this had a little lesser plastic elements. So I was improving, but we were spending a lot on research and development, and at that point I saw there's a lot of other pens out in the market which also had plastic elements on top and plastic elements here, but with wooden pieces and so on attached to it. This was not the best, but this was the next level of pens that I saw, where there is reduced number of plastic elements. Again, my intention is always to reduce the amount of plastic and reach a goal of a zero plastic pen. That's my goal. That's always been my goal, and we've been striving at Plancil to reach to this level over and over and over again. And over the course of the last 6 months, I think research has gone into a lot of what we use in everyday pens and how we can replicate that element without plastic. And so then I sort of understood that if you just make this a little bigger than the normal ones, then you're able to get the plastic element that was here out of the picture, and then just get it as a completely rolled up recycled paper pen around the refill. So that sort of got us to the next level. This is a recycled cardboard cap, and it's really strong. This is recycled paper, and it's really strong as well. And then you have the seed element at the bottom, which essentially means that after you use the pen, you can plant it in the soil and it'll sprout into vegetables and flowers. This is the 95% lesser plastic pen that we have currently launched and landed up with after months of research. But this is not the first ones out in the market. I've seen a lot of paper pens out in the market, some of which is handmade, of really poor quality. A lot of things around the handmade space or around the sustainability space, just because it is sustainability, people seem to think, okay, that if the quality is bad, people will still adopt it because it's sustainable, blah blah. I saw a lot of paper pens and it was really shitty, and I would not have preferred to use it at all. And the second part of those sort of paper pens was that it was made out of paper. It was made out of paper, which is virgin paper, and it really doesn't solve a purpose. I have this pen, so instead of that, I'm just using paper pen, and the paper pen will not solve any problem at all because it's still paper. And if you're using virgin paper, you're still cutting down trees. There's a lot of elements to that. We were opposing usage of virgin paper in our products at all costs, because it's not a matter of convenience. If you're really into sustainability, it should never be a matter of convenience. Oh, plastic is the most irritating thing on the planet right now. Plastic is the in thing right now. How can I reduce the world of plastic and make a good impression on people? And in that pursuit, if I say, okay, I can use paper pens, and that paper is virgin paper made from wood, that itself defeats the purpose. So you're not sustainable in that sense. So at all points of time we were thinking, how can I use recycled cardboard, recycled paper of all types to make a pen? And then we arrived with this is made out of recycled paper. This is 100% recycled paper, you can see that. And then this is recycled cardboard. This is cardboard on top. And because I wasn't happy with the handmade paper pen quality, we ensured that we do this pen in the same machine that we make the pencils in. And for that, to tweak the machinery took us quite a while, because it was really important that whatever we do is appealing to a common person. And I think we've arrived at that. We've cracked it. It's really strong. It's super cool to write with, and this is really thick, so you'll have a premium feel when you hold it in your hand and you start writing with it. It's really important that whatever you're trying to do for sustainability also meets common purposes. This is not the best, yes, I agree, because there's still this plastic element inside the refill, but we are going through research, and over the course of the next 2 months to 3 months, or maybe like Tesla always delays his product launches, maybe like Tesla, like Elon Musk, our products may be out in the market probably 1 year from now. But the thing is, 1 year from now or 2 or 3 months from now, we are going to launch a pen which does not have this plastic refill, and it'll be India's first. Or I'm not even bothered about being the first. I just want to be there, because for me it's a lifestyle. It's not a luxury, it's a lifestyle. I want to make this as affordable as possible. Your regular pens cost 5 or 10 rupees. This costs the same. I'm not trying to be a sustainability warrior, trying to save the world and asking you and forcing you to adopt sustainable practices because the world needs it. I'm not trying to do any of those things, but I'm just giving you an alternative. See this pen and see this pen. This is, let's say, 10 rupees or 15 rupees. This is 10 rupees. I'm just giving you a choice. And as human beings, I think we have this innate ability to listen to what our heart says. And our heart, as good human beings, will always say that it's better to choose a more sustainable option at the same price as your regular ones, because the planet deserves it. And that's what I'm leaving you with, guys. So I just want you to think back on your life and sort of understand how many pens you'd have gone through in your life. Again, comment below, because I'd love to know your thoughts about that. Comment below on the number of pens, plastic pens, that you would have used all through your life till right now, till today. And what are you trying to do to become more sustainable? This is my way of going sustainable. Again, we will launch a zero plastic pen in the next 3 to 4 months, and I'm hoping that you will love it. This pen, like I said, is not handmade. It's made from the machine that we use to make the pencils. It is India's first automated machine made pen, so the quality is really premium. India's first, I didn't care about that. Anyways, it's an automated pen. The quality is really premium, and I think you will find it of great value to be part of this program by adopting this pen in your offices, in your homes, at the same price as your regular ones. So I think it'll be a good shift for you, and then you can become an urban farmer, because you have seeds at the bottom. You can plant it in the soil and grow some exotic vegetables and flowers for yourself. And we also have trees, banyan trees, that you can grow from these pens. So I think it's a no-brainer at all that you will choose this pen, this sustainable pen, over the other plastic pens you see, and discard them properly with the intention that you have to leave behind a better world for the children ahead. Thank you.